Hello, everyone. My name is DJ Cosmic, and today I will be telling you about why My Hero Academia is among one of the worst animes I have ever watched. That's not really setting a high bar, though, because I haven't watched a lot of anime. Now, this is mainly because, I don't know, I'm just not a weeaboo, I guess. The only animes I've really watched very much are Speed Racer and Death Note. I mean, those are pretty good, but eh. I just have a couple of things to say about My Hero Academia for a little rant. The first problem I have, My Hero Academia as a fan base, and I just want to get this out of the way, because I know a lot of people will say, oh, that's not a real, criticism. And you're right, it's not really, but I want to talk about it real quick. I just want to say that every person in the My Hero Academia fanbase is kind of garbage, including me. I wouldn't really consider myself a fan though, but I do watch the show, and it is not very good. I'll tell you that. And I see a lot of people shipping and calling anyone who criticizes the show blasphemous, and saying that My Hero Academia is a good anime and goes above and beyond, when really it does the same thing other animes do. They have the stupid let's change the intro every 5 seconds. They have the stupid beach episode. They have the stupid shopping episode. They have the boring main characters and the better side characters. And they have the shippers. God, why does My Hero Academia have so many shippers? And furthermore, they're children! They're children! Ugh. Anyways, back to my main point, that My Hero Academia sucks. And another factor in that is the characters. The main characters are all bad. Todoroki is not good. I do not care what people say about him. He is not good. He will never be good. He will always be bad. I know some people will not like me for saying this, but he has no personality. It's just, why do people even like him? He's like he's like the guy with the basketball shorts and the plain t-shirt of this show. Which, thinking about it, I'm wearing basketball shorts and a plain t-shirt right now, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of hot coal in the kettle black, but I don't think so. Because you gotta remember, too, I actually kind of have a personality, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, why doesn't Todoroki? Heck, I'm boring. Nobody likes me. The person I made this video for, because I said I was gonna make it for her, because I said, hey, because I was ranting about JoJo, and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I did the same thing about My Hero Academia? I doubt she likes me too. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that My Hero Academia has a bad main character roster. And I'm just talking about Todoroki. Deku sucks. He's garbage. Why is he the main character? He is the least interesting of all the characters. At least Todoroki has an interesting power, but Deku, it's just, he inherits this one power, right? And the power isn't even interesting either. It's just, oh yeah, I have the super strength power plus maximum, and he sucks at it too. He's absolute garbage at it. He has never been good or shown to be responsible with the one for all thing. So in my opinion, no, he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. He never has deserved it. He is garbage. He is the worst character in the show. Now let's talk about Bakugou. Actually, no, let's not, because I don't want to hang myself today. Now let's talk about Ochako. She is not interesting. I hate her. Please die. Now let's talk about Ida. Tenya Ida is actually weird because he's actually a kind of interesting character. It's too bad that he's the least prominent of all the main characters, and in fact, some side characters get more screen time than him. I'd also like to now point out that the side characters are better than all the main characters because you have now what Mei Hatsune, who is amazing. You have Mineta, you have like a bunch of different and interesting characters, and none of them are used properly because they're just so focused on getting Deku's friggin' redemption arc down when he never needed a redemption arc, and furthermore, is just, like I said, plain garbage. Now, let's talk about the actual story. The story of My Hero Academia is so bad. I don't even want to talk about it very much because it's not interesting. You will literally get a better enjoyment out of it by having someone explain it to you than actually watching the show, I feel. That's how brain dead the writers are. The writer room is just drunk. There is not an interesting plotline in the entire show. Not a single one. There are interesting episodes, yes, there are interesting ideas for plotlines, but there's not an interesting overarching story. Like, yeah, you got some villains, that's great, it's fine, it's whatever, but it's not interesting. You got the Nomus, those aren't interesting at all, those are just, clones of All Might, and even then, they're just dumb clones of All Might. They're evil clones of All Might. That's their whole point, and they're not even good at it. They're just garbage. The Nomus are garbage. What? You got Toga, who's just Yondir Ultra. You got Stain, could be an interesting character in literally anything else. You've got the K guy. You've got All for One. None of these characters are interesting except for Toga. I swear to God. And the guy that's like, oh, my face is burned off, he's dumb too. There's a guy with the split personality who I kind of like. He's kind of funny. But, what is his power? I literally could not tell you what his power was. When everyone else, I could tell you the power. I could tell you their power. Except for this one guy. He's just... Now, let's talk about the character development. The most character development anyone gets is, let's see, Deku, Ida, and sometimes Todoroki. That's it? Really? All the other characters, every bit of plot development they get is literally for 5 seconds, and then after that, it's inconsequential, boring BS. And people say that My Hero Academia is garbage. Because, of course, side characters, they're just storm and mud. Now, I want to talk about the art style. The art style is actually pretty good. I like it a lot. Now, let's talk about the world building. The world My Hero Academia takes place, and here's an interesting thing. Well, I would say that a lot of animes fall flat because they're just not set in interesting worlds, and they're just like, oh, let's make an anime out of this. People will buy it. But it's the exact opposite for My Hero Academia. The story is interesting. Like, the idea of it is interesting. Like, this whole world where it's like, oh, superheroes, and oh, you gotta do this school thing, and oh. Like, that's an interesting thing. I would watch that. It's literally anything else. And anyone else could probably make this work. My Hero Academia does not make it work. and in fact, probably makes it worse than the actual idea of it. It is probably the worst way you could have executed it. Now, is it the worst anime in the world? No, that's Sword Art Online. But it's not good. I I haven't seen a lot of the new episodes, and those might have fixed the problem, but depending on that one guy they introduced later in Season 3, I doubt it, because that guy was so annoying. What was his point? What was the point of him being there? What was the point? Now, I know this was kind of ranty, and of course it is a rant. It is why it's called the My Hero Academia rant. But I would like to also point out that this is just my opinion. If you like My Hero Academia and see all past all this and be like, yeah, but it's a good show underneath, that's great for you. That is completely fine. That is, in fact, extraordinary. But I think it's garbage. I think it's bad. I think it is not worth my time, and it's not worth yours either. For that reason, I give My Hero Academia a 5 out of 10. But that 5 is only because of the potential it could have had. The side characters are so interesting. The ideas of it are so interesting. But the execution of it all, it's just so undone. It's underwhelming. It's undercooked. What else do you want me to say about it? It's bad. It's bad TV. I want the hours I've watched of it back, and if I do not get it, I don't know, I think I'm gonna write an angry letter to the maker, like, on my deathbed, and I realize, oh, I didn't get those hours back, so I write him an angry letter, and he's probably dead too. Also, if you're the girl who I wrote this for, and I don't want to say her name because I respect your privacy, I hope you enjoyed this, and for anyone else, I hope you enjoyed this. My Hero Academia is not a good show. I said it. Don't hate me. I'll get death threats. Whatever. Have a nice day. I didn't. Ugh.